Thanks for tuning into the BoshNRoll channel. Liking and subscribing the channel is free and easy, and it helps me out a lot. If you want to go a little farther with your support, I have Patreon and YouTube membership available, which includes access to the BoshNRoll Discord server, early access to things I'm working on, sideboard plans, cards I'm buying. You could have me play your deck on the channel, and the highest tiers come with individual coaching sessions. If you use the YouTube membership option, you get sweet, unique YouTube badges and emotes for the channel. If you want to play what I'm playing, you can use the code BoshNRoll to support my channel while you shop for cards at tcgplayer.com. And if you're playing on Magic Online, a cardhoarder.com loan account can let you play any deck anytime. If you want to wear your support, there is BoshNRoll merch available. All of these links are in the video description below. Thank you so much for watching. Now let's go play some Magic. Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel. Today I'm playing Modern, and this is a list sent to me by Patreon subscriber Carter. And Carter has me playing Kiki-Jiki combo. The list that Carter sent me was originally a little different. It was a Jeskai control deck that tried to get complete control of the board, and then once it had it, try to pop off with Pestermite and Kiki-Jiki. But I think that that is an unsuccessful way to build decks in the current Modern format, and the current Legacy format as well. If you watch my channel, you've seen me make changes like this before. Most notably the Domain Zoo deck that I was sent that tried to top out on Niv-Mizzet rather than curve up into Niv-Mizzet. And I think the better way to play a deck like this is to demand answers early on, and then when your opponent's out of gas, hit them with the combo. And Dragon's Rage Channeler is really good at doing that. It's also really good at having card selection, so you can assemble your combo. There's definitely a lot to like about if your opponent has like one path to exile or whatever, like Lightning Bolt, whatever. Do they keep taking 3 from Dragon's Rage Channeler, or do they respect that Kiki-Jiki could arrive at any time and kill them? And if they're wasting their time respecting Kiki-Jiki, you could just beat them down with all these creatures and burn them out. And this is very much in the style of the old Splinter Twin decks. If you're not familiar with the combo, Pestermite and Deceiver Exarch, when they come into play, tap or untap target permanent. Kiki-Jiki, tap, make a new Pestermite, untap Kiki-Jiki. That's the Splinter Twin combo. You get infinite Pestermites to bash with. That's what we're working towards with this aggro control deck along the way. This has all of the infrastructure of the blue-red Ragavan deck, except it doesn't have Ragavan and it doesn't have Murktide Regent. Instead, we have combo pieces and a combo kill. And let's see if this shell can support something this wild. I think that the Expressive Iteration, Mishra's Bauble, Dragon's Rage Channeler package is good enough. Like, all of these cards are good enough that I think you can do whatever you want with these other 7 slots. Like, this is not gonna cost us too much. And I'm ready to test that right now. The sideboard is just stuff you'd expect. Aether Gust, Flusterstorm, Kozilek's Return, Abrade, Engineered Explosive, Soul Guide Lantern. These are all things that will help you stay alive until you can combo off. And Blood Moon to lock out the Unfair Lands decks. And that's the deck. It's pretty simple. I think gameplay is going to be extremely involved. We're going to make a lot of decisions. We're going to see a lot of cards. We're going to have a lot of choices to make. But as far as what we're trying to do is simple. It's just the little intricacies of scrying and cantripping and what's been removal on that are going to make this really fascinating. Let's just jump into it. I'm on the draw in the first round. I'm going to keep this Insano hand. Playing against a Rockrin Triumph strategy. Going to fetch and get my Channeler into play immediately. There might be some argument to Serum Visioning this turn and then Dragon Rage Channeler with Serum Vision to get value immediately next turn, but I think that playing 2 Serum Visions getting double value next turn, there's a pretty good chance we attack for 3 next turn, if this thing survives. Obviously, red and white are the colors of removal in Modern, so no guarantee, but if this is just like some elemental deck, or someone trying to take their time in any kind of way, I guess that played right into Ren, or right into Ren and 6, which isn't really where you want to be in life, but whatever. Got away with it. That means it was correct. What are we doing here? Is this fetching in response? Okay, I'm fired. That makes sense. Why didn't they do that on their turn? Why did they let me get this extra Surveil trigger? That doesn't make a lot of sense. Ooh. Yeah, let's put that in my hand. So I draw that one, and I have Iteration and Unholy Heat. Am I going to want Unholy Heat? Iteration. There's a lot of card selection here. This might be crazy to bottom Expressive Iteration, but I am going to keep the Unholy Heat. It's the only removal spell I've seen so far. Cascade Bluffs. Do I need Lightning Bolt on top of all of this? I think I'm going to bottom both of these, because Iteration will help me hit a land drop. I already have a removal spell that's better than Lightning Bolt. But the Fire Ice might indicate that they are one of these Cascade decks you read about. I think I'm going to Serum Visions and hold up Counterspell this turn. I'm getting the Spire Bluff Canal in while it's still good. Bottom this, top this. I already have one Deceiver Exarch. That's not a card you need two of. We're getting Violent Outbursted in the end step here. Nope, doesn't look like it. What do we got? Wordless Agent, Eternal Witness. Yeah, I left up Counterspell. Let's cast it. I got another one if I need it. I can Dragon's Rage Channeler, holding up Counterspell, or I can Dragon Rage Channeler, Expressive Iteration, try to find a land off of that and just swing for the fences. I think I'm just going to play my Channeler. This holds up Deceiver Exarch or Unholy Heat and Counterspell. Then I can Iteration for the max next turn. Ooh, Shocking In. Eternal Witness. Do I care at this point? And I cared last turn. Does that change anything? I could Deceiver Exarch their Rockrun Triumph in response and just begin the beats. Oh no, they're probably an Ephemerate deck, huh? Alright, I'll Counterspell this. I don't want them to start going off with Ephemerate. Mill that land, I don't really want it. Okay, sure, that's fine. That's an exchange I'm comfortable with. Witness gets back Witness, and my Channeler is awake at this point. I could heat this thing now, or I could wait until they try to target it with Ephemerate. But I think having all my mana available... Yeah, I'll wait until they Ephemerate. Iteration time. Blue-red. Try one. Ooh. Do I want this? Yeah, I'll hold on to that. Then one goes into my hand, that's the Cryptic. One goes onto the bottom, that's Spire Bluff Canal. And then I don't have a Counterspell this turn anyway, so I'll grab the second Iteration. Try to hit my land drop off of this. Graveyard the Archmage Charm. Then Lightning Bolt in my hand. Polluted Delta on the bottom. And then exile Steam Vents. Play it untapped. I went with the Steam Vents instead of the Delta because I need a red source either way. And I don't want to shuffle in all those cards I just bottomed with the various scries I've played this game. And the iterations. Let the bad cards stay bad. Okay, there's the Omnath. That's why I didn't fire off Holy Heat last turn. Really want to kill an important creature. Put this other Heat in my graveyard. That's not where this game's going anymore. There's the fetch land that would have had infinity gazillion mana if the Omnath stuck around. Don't really want them gaining 4 life here either. Renin 6, doesn't matter. They're actually at 1 on board, they just don't know it yet. Pretty sure I just ignore Ren. Go to the face. Attack my opponent. If they activate a fetch land, they die. I have Cryptic Command. I can bolt with Cryptic back up. We know 2 of the cards in their hand are Fetch Land and Eternal Witness. 2 Fetch Lands, Eternal Witness, and 2 mystery cards over there. Counter target spell and draw a card. This land in the graveyard. Alright, Omnath's out of here. There's a fetch land. Here at 6. Time to cast Eternal Witness and die. Yeah, it's fine. Let me just get paid. Alright, they're just conceding. I only need the 1 because I can attack for 3 with the other thing. That was easy. Dragon Rage Channeler busted. Okay, so this looks like an Aether Gust matchup to me. Looks like a Blood Moon matchup to me as well. Soul Guide Lantern. I don't know if I need that just for Eternal Witness. Mystical Dispute seems pretty good as well. We saw a Counterspell, Omnath as blue cards. What is not as good? I don't think I can just cut the Kiki combo when I'm up a game. And the Kiki combo is pretty clearly the worst part of this deck, because this is a tier 1 modern deck that we've chosen to take some of the powerful standalone cards out of and play a delightful combo instead. And that's fine. It's just, I'm going to try to leave some amount of the combo in most of the time, so Carter can get to see some Kiki-Jiki shit happen. Pestermite's pretty bad against Ren and 6. Maybe I leave the Exarchs in, shave some Pesters. Kiki-Jiki copying Dragon Rage Channeler and Snapcaster Mage is still pretty good. Like, it's not nothing. Lightning Bolt to make my opponent deceased is pretty good. I think the Archmage Charm and Cryptic commands just get ported out for these more efficient counterspells that I'm bringing in instead. And I'm probably cutting either Unholy Heat or Lightning Bolt. And I think it's Lightning Bolt, because Heat can hit Ren and 6 and Omnath where Bolt can't. Yeah, this looks pretty good. Let's try it. We got the classic Dragon's Rage Channeler. Immediately trigger it. Whoa. Guess my opponent didn't really want to play this match anymore. Whatever, I'll take it. Undefeated. GG's. I'm on the play in round number 2 with a Heartbreaker. I can draw 2 cards with Mishra's Bauble and hope that one of them is a red source, or I could mulligan. Though I don't think this is a mulligan. How many lands are in this deck? Let's find out. There are 20 lands, and I'm going to draw 3 cards before I have to do anything else. I'm going to keep. Obviously, if this is a red source, we're just throwing confetti in the air, doing a victory lap, but that's not what's going on. Regrettably. There are enough discard decks in the format that I'm going to save both baubles for their turn. Like one in their upkeep and then one later. I get to see the same 2 cards, but then... Okay, so they have a Colossus Hammer. I get to see the same 2 cards, but none of them can get discarded. Okay, they're going to have 2 Colossus Hammers. That's pretty good. Time to draw some red sources for these removal spells in my hand. There we go. There we go. There we go. Easy money, as they say. I'm going to get Steam Vents. Chuck it in. I don't want to get basic because I have Archmage's Charm in my hand. It's just literally right there. We're looking at the art. Can't get basic Mountain. That's the situation. Stoneforge Mystic. Alright. Time to get that 3rd Colossus Hammer. They got the Shadow Spear. They're loaded up on things. I'm going to play Channeler and hold up Counterspell for a turn. I don't think they're going to cast spells. I think they're going to activate their Saga. But maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. That gives me the window to get a tap Steam Vent, save myself some damage. Serum Visions. Still holding up Counterspell. I lose my Archmage Charm, but whatever. If I don't find a land. Lightning Bolt's a good card to have. I actually don't want either of these. Definitely don't want another Cryptic. And I don't think I want this either. Yeah. That's a negative. And then my lady has to attack. Kind of awkward that they tutored up the Shadow Spear, because that means they can't just put it into play right now, which is, I think, what they want to do. I'm going to let all this happen. My Lightning Bolt will still get this thing at the other end. They're becoming 3/3s. Uh-oh, I blew it. I was like, it's fine. They're all still 3/3s, but that's just not even true. If they just attack with this construct, they can animate Inkmoth Nexus. They can still animate Inkmoth Nexus. Good. I've blown it. I've blown it so hard. Alright, it's fine. I guess I should have counterspelled that, but it doesn't matter that it's in play, really. Another one. I guess I'm not casting this counterspell if I don't cast it now. It's just never going to happen. Okay, so I counterspell now. I try to find a land with my Surveils. Okay, there we go. Leave that on top. Counter this. I steal one of their constructs and then bolt the other. And then we're just in business. Fetch, get a basic. And then 1, 2, 3. Or I could attack. I could skip all of this and just Cryptic for the tap draw. That sounds better. Okay, yeah. So that's not enough to win the game. Yeah, I think I should remove all their real attacking permanents right now. That in the graveyard. Take that. Lightning bolt this. That. Another lightning bolt. I'll keep that around. If they can equip their hammer... Ah, shit, I'm dead. Yeah, they're gonna have exactly Metalcraft. Oh, did they just fuck this up? Oh, I'm dead anyway. I'm dead to regular. Like, I was dead to... Yeah, I was dead to the equip on the Inkmoth Nexus already, and then they went and cast third. Yeah, I was dead to regular damage. Alright. Live and learn. Doorsteel Paladin was the card they could have that kills me there. Maybe I'm just supposed to leave up Cryptic to make sure the worst doesn't happen. Okay, I'm definitely willing to believe I threw that game away. Blood Moon is good against the Sagas. Engineered Explosives kills a bunch of stuff. Braid kills all of their important permanents. Kozilek's Return also does that. What comes out in this situation? I apologize to the combo. I'm going to try to leave it in where I can, but when we're playing against the best deck in Modern, and it's a deck that is this fast and this punishing, I think this is where we have to draw some sort of line about reality and cut the combo. If I cut the combo entirely, I can literally only win with Dragon's Rage Channeler and Snapcaster Mage. But I guess Deceiver Exarch's not doing a whole lot anyway. So Deceiver Exarch tapping a creature is really exciting. It also makes them think about what else might be happening. But a Braid does the same thing, but better. Okay, yeah, I think I do need to just be doing this instead. Alright. Sorry, Kiki-Jiki. This is just not a matchup where I can aspire to cast a 5-drop and still be alive. This hand is medium, but fine. I'm going to keep it. I think I just run Explosives out on 1, because that will always hit Hammer, it'll always hit Shadow Spear, it'll usually hit something else. And just having it on play, like on curve, in play on 1, and then activate it on turn 2, could constrict a lot of what they're capable of as I work my way up to Blood Moon on 3. I also just have a fat grip of basic islands right here to go with this Blood Moon. Lanes go. You'll love to see it. Engineered Explosives, holding down the fort. Now we want to see them play Urza Saga and pass the turn into my Blood Moon, where I just send them into the Stone Age. Yes. Just like we drew it up. Do they have this Stoneforge Mystic to make this a little uglier? Or is it just the full pass and say goodbye? Do have the Stoneforge Mystic, okay. Well, they can't have like a Batterskull or Cauldron plan because they're a Luris deck. Archmage Charm, that's beautiful. I'm going to play Steam Vents, take my damage, get a basic, and then I have 3 basics into the Blood Moon so I can cast any of my other shit. Urza Saga dies immediately as a state-based action because it is a saga with more counters on it than it has chapters, because mountains don't have any chapters at all. I have Kozilek's Return for that. Bauble, huh? Are you any good? Probably. Have a look. Drawing another Plains. That's fortunate. Hey. If it's not just the nut 1-outer. I'm going to take 3 and see if they commit anything else to the board before I Kozilek's Return. They got Luris in their hand. Okay. I can answer Luris. Kozilek's Return is colorless, so it kills the pro-red creature. It's going to be really hard to snap Archmage's Charm. There are exactly 4 islands in the deck. Maybe I don't have to, though. Yeah, maybe I can snap K-Return. Dramatic ending on that. Sure, it's gone. That's actually pretty great, because that lets me Archmage Charm to draw cards this turn. The guard is Aid. Okay. So they're trying to go full Hammer Time on Luris. Knight. Auras have Flash, and they equip immediately. Do I just have to take the Knight, or do I let them do stuff? Yeah, this is actually tough. Maybe I'm supposed to counter the Zygarde's Aid and just not worry about this, but okay, I'm going to take their Knight. Their hand is Luris, Colossus Hammer, and 1 mystery card. Lightning Bolt, phenomenal draw. That turns Snapcaster from 0 to hero. We get to play Luris here. Then, how do I clear this board? I can snap. Yeah, maybe I just draw for turn. Like I can snap Kozilek's return, and then they'll respond with hammer. I lose my whole board. I bolt Luris, and then I'm just gonna draw and see if I can find a braid or something that'll make this easier. That didn't happen. Could still make that same play the next turn, and if they get impatient, I can punish them for it. So if I wait too long, they can cast Stoneforge Mystic out of the graveyard. Okay, I'm just gonna Kozilek's return right now. If they get impatient and just hammer now, I can bolt. There's the K return. Okay, Kozilek's return. Hammer. Bolt. Don't have a second hammer, please. Okay. Now there's a hammer in play. All my creatures are dead, but the board is empty. Luris is answered. Springleaf Drum. Alright, time to find something that does something. That does something. Already delirious. We're over the hump. We just got to keep the advantage. Okay. Just runner, nut perfects. I'm not going to complain about that. But I'll play out my last land because now I have Cryptic. Things are starting to get expensive. Inkmoth Nexus, another mountain. This Blood Moon has been phenomenal. In with Dragon Rage Channeler again. Getting to work here. Reduce their life total. Esper Sentinel. Don't think I care about that. I can bounce it if I decide I do care about it. Back for 3 again. Hammer costs 8 to equip. They have 6. Yeah, that's not close to close. I guess it is kind of close. They're just like land drop, land drop. But they have Springleaf Drum. They could land drop, tap drum. Yeah, they could actually equip it the hard way right now. Cool. Go nuts. I think I want to bounce Esper Sentinel in the end step and draw a card. Yeah, I'll bounce draw Esper Sentinel. Oh shit. I can't pay the troll toll. I needed to respond to that. I was like, I'll pay 1. No, I gotta pay 11. They're gonna draw a card that they didn't need to draw here. Whoops. I will not pay 11. Shit. It's hemorrhaging value. Okay. It's fine. Take it off. Recuperate. Expressive Iteration. It's fine, the win. Yeah, if I just make that same play, but respond to the equip rather than wait, then it works the same. Do I want to find Serum Visions? I think I do. I'll put this on top, and then iteration can happen. Oh, awkward. Counterspell can come in my hand. Serum Visions goes to the bottom, and Serum Vision gets exiled. Then I'm going to Serum Visions again. I think rather than leave up Counterspell, I should cast the spell that I have. Iridice Team Vents. Cryptic's great. Bottom, top this Lightning Bolt. If they have a land drop, they can play and equip their Sentinel all at once again. But this time I will try to crypt it correctly. Yikes. They're very close to dead at this point. I just need to not mess this up, which I'm very good at doing against Hammer Time. This time I will respond to the equip ability by tapping their squad. Dursteel Paladin. Does that matter? It could represent a bunch of card draw. If I counter tap the squad, it would need to have a flyer for this to really punish me. All right, I'm going to let it resolve, which I'm willing to believe could be a mistake. They can't equip as an instant. That only happens. They can cast auras as instants, and they equip right away, or they can equip at sorcery speed for 0. Those are the choices here. Equip that idiot. Okay, that doesn't have haste, so sure. They're attacking with these two. Seems they have another hammer. I just hope they don't have 2 of them. So if they have 2 of them, I'm dead. Maybe I was supposed to tap the team even without seeing the hammer. Like, making this play is pretty clear that they have something. Alright. I'm gonna counter and bounce one of the Sentinels. That's what I'm gonna do. Then I can bolt the other one in response to the second weapon. Okay. I think I found a line here. I think I'm working too hard, but I did find a land. Counter target spell, bounce target permanent. Counter this, bounce this. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I have to spend my bolt here to stay alive, that means I don't have lethal next turn. Yeah, I should have tapped draw before combat with the Cryptic. That's the line that wins the game. Mishra's Bauble. I don't want that. I'm going to pay for both of these. No extra cards. It's Shadow Spear. Okay, that gains them 2 life. They're still dead. They get to draw a card, but they are still dead. Wait, oh, 4 plus 2 is 6. I'm such a jackass. Okay. I believe I have thrown this game away somehow. I needed to, what? Yeah, I needed to tap draw. Okay. Yeah, that was bad. Lightning Bolt. There is no justice on this entire earth. I am famous for absolutely legendary for how badly I play against Hammer Time. I think I just don't understand all of the 3D chess of this deck. Oh wait, 3 plus 3 is still 6. I'm also incapable of math. Jesus, that was an embarrassment. Yeah, I was right. So I was like, they gained 2 and they're still dead. And I was like, wait, that's not true. But it was true. And okay. I win, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter how we got there. That's the true Magic player's creed. I think this is still the best deck I can present. It's going to be worse on the draw. Pestermite's kind of interesting, but I don't think it's actually good. So tapping their things and tempoing them out in the air is pretty cool. But Kozilek's Return is cooler. And I don't think I cared that much about the Sanctifier. So yeah, this is what I'm doing again. Okay, my hand is just good. I'm going to keep it. I have Engineered Explosives. There's no burn spell here, but I have DRC and ways to look. There's the aid. Okay, no Memnite. That's good news. I can play Explosives and just have it on curve next turn, or I can get my Channeler in here and try to set up for a few turns down the line. I think that's the better play. Just start making selections, start clocking. Wobble, we get a trigger. Counterspell, do I want that? Yeah, I'm going to want that eventually. That on top. They're not a discard deck, so I'll check out their draw right now. They're drawing Soul Guide Lantern. Sure. That can control my Dragon Rage Channeler, and... okay. They're holding Soul Guide Lantern, and they also have Sanctifier end back, so they're just ready to not lose to what I'm doing here. Do I want to hold up Counterspell? Play Dragon's Rage Channeler. I think I want to play Dragon's Rage Channeler and Serum Vision. Channeler, Serum Visions, Bauble in the graveyard, Counterspell in the graveyard, draw a card, Cryptic Command on top, Serum Visions on the underneath it. I do want the Cryptic. What order do I want it in? Do I want the Serum Visions along the way? Yeah, I think I'm gonna top these. Now that has to fight, getting in for 3. They can hook me next turn by playing the Soul Guide Lantern. After my creatures have to attack, they can exile my graveyard, and then they get to eat one of these for free. That is, unless they just cast 2 hammers and kill me right now. They'll probably name Explosives with this, because that's the activated ability they saw last game. Yeah, that's harsh. There's the Soul Guide Lantern. They can take me off Delirium, but they probably shouldn't if they can avoid it. Alright, cool. They had the hammer also. Alright, I'm just dead in 1 turn, and I know the top of my deck isn't helpful. So what I have to do here is Serum Visions, mill the Cryptic. Oh, if I fetch, I get more looks. That puts the Cryptic back in the deck. Wait, this doesn't... oh, it has Pro Red. It doesn't have Trample. So I could just block with Snapcaster. They are empty over there. Yeah, protection from black and red. +10/+10 loses flying. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna Spire Bluff Canal, play Serum Vision, get the Cryptic in my hand. Top, draw that. Okay, they're bombing me now. Weird. Bottom both of these lands. And these can't block, so they're gonna attack. And then I'll put Cryptic or Snapcaster into play and block for a turn. Snapcaster. Can't cast Serum Visions. Hope they didn't draw Shadow Spear. And Cryptic can bounce their Paladin next turn. Okay, so they got Luris rather than draw 2 cards. Fair. I am pretty blatantly representing Cryptic Command here, but I think that's okay. I could fetch right now to deal 6. Like, I'm bouncing this thing anyway. Yeah, they're just going to go to combat. Yeah, I'm going to bounce this to clock them. Turn target permanent to its owner's hand and draw a card. Bounce this creature. Graveyard. Top of the deck. Bounce your shit, draw a card, you take 6. I was dead on board, so I couldn't really leave the counterspell up. They can lure a Soul Guide Lantern here and take the pressure off with the DRCs. Tapping Sunbaked Canyon and Silent Clearing here is painful, though. Like, that puts them in dangerous position to Lightning Bolt. Flipped me off of... Yeah, I just really don't think they see that line of bomb your whole graveyard after you attack. It's just invisible to them. I still have Counterspell. Iteration. How important is this Cryptic? If I Cryptic to tap draw right now, if I find Lightning Bolt, they die. But I would love to bolt this right now anyway. So I am going to go for the Iteration. Graveyard. Graveyard. Looking for a red spell that can target, basically. Alright, found several of them. One into your hand is going to be Lightning Bolt, I think. Yeah, Lightning Bolt goes into my hand. The Cascade Bluff goes to the bottom. Abrade gets exiled. I'm going to Abrade Luris. I'm going to attack them for 2 because they're going to bomb me. And Lightning Bolt's on top of my deck. Feeling okay here. I say that a lot and then end up losing. But I'm actually feeling okay here. Here they come. You're dead to the bolt in my hand and the bolt on top of my deck. Please don't have a haste creature, I guess. There's Sanctifier. Luris is exiled. Get him out of here. Esper Sentinel. And they're at 1 for another Esper Sentinel. We did it. Dang. I can even pay for the Sentinels. Insult to injury. That one was a little sloppy, but we got it done. I feel like I played game 3 pretty well. Stumbled through game 1 and 2 a little, though. Just, I don't think I straight up threw any games in the trash. It was just, do I play around this or this? And I chose wrong. Though I do think the Cryptic Command tapping the squad in game 2 was the one that was closest to just throwing it away. Alright, figured it out, though. Next round's coming. We're about halfway through the video, so let me just remind you that if you like this deck and you want to try it out, you can use the code BoshNRoll to support the channel while you shop for cards at tcgplayer.com, and you can play any deck anytime with cardhoarder.com loan account on Magic Online. These links are in the video description below. Now back to the league. On the play, in the 3rd round against another Luris deck, I'm going to keep. I got that Dragon Rage action. Modern's so crazy with the Luris. It tells you more about their deck if they don't have Luris. Like, the only reasons to not be Luris are, like, Murktide Regent, Omnath, and Karn. And the reasons to be Luris could be Hammer Time, Burn, Mill, Grixis Control. Like, there's just so many reasons. Like, I just have no information except that they have chosen a companion. I guess I know they don't have Omnath in their deck. They have their own Dragon Rage Channeler. How did my stack end up down in my hand on Moto UI? That's not how we do that. Fire Bluff Canal showing up, looking good. Let's get Unholy. I do actually like that Serum Visions. We'll just keep things moving forward. Keep me shredding through my deck. Unfortunately, this looks like we're against the Grixis deck, which is probably among the worst matchups. Thoughtseize. Okay, they're going to take my Expressive Iteration, almost certainly. Though Snapcaster Mage does kill their Channeler. So maybe they'll give some respect to that. Guess we'll find out together. Okay, they're valuing their Channeler over my raw card advantage. So I guess Snap is also a 2-for-1. I'm going to play my land first in case I find a red spell that I want to cast. I don't think I want this. Okay, cool. Ended up with 1 in my hand, 1 on the bottom, 1 in exile. Cast the bolt that's in exile. Seaver Exarch. Ooh. Do I want to mill that and let them see it? Or do I hide it forever? Keep it secret, keep it safe. I think I need to hit my land drops. But now they've seen Deceiver Exarch. Let the mind games begin. They know why I'm not a Luris deck now. It's not Murktide Regent. It's Kiki-Jiki. Lightning Bolt. Wow, they're at 9 already? Oh, they're a Shadow deck. That's not bad for them. Okay, they're not the Grixis control. They're Grixis Shadow. Pretty sneaky. I'm going to play Dragon Rage Channeler and hold up Counterspell. Or do I want to Serum Visions into a land or Counterspell? Alright, I get 2 looks at a land here. That goes into the graveyard. Land? Oh, got away with that. I have to bottom both of these. They haven't seen the Counterspell. They know Cryptic's in my hand. Shadow, I am not going to block. They have Dress Down. They can try to 13 me. I have Counterspell. Bobble, sure. I've been bobbled. I'm gonna hide that information. That did briefly tap me out of Counterspell, so I probably should have waited till my upkeep to do that. 2 Counterspells. I attack them for 3. Well, I don't have a choice, so I'm getting in for 3. Shadow becomes a 7. I go to 5. I attack them to 3. Then I can Cryptic the Shadow and be out of there. That's 9. Uh-oh. Might have to Cryptic the Shadow now. Oh, they didn't shock in. Fascinating. No block. No play. I assume they have Counterspell in their hand. I'm going to try to bounce their Shadow and draw a card. I imagine... Oh, they can't Counterspell this. They can Drown in the Lock, but I think having another look at... Because I'm losing the race. I'm dead on board. I need to take action now. If they have action now, they'll have it next turn as well, and I want to get more looks and know what I have to deal with here. Come on, Lightning Bolt. Unholy Heat. 6 is a smaller number than 7, regrettably. Graveyard. Alright, we're looking for Lightning Bolt or more looks at Lightning Bolt. Ugh. Killer. Literally. Okay. Can't not attack. And I'm dead. They're just going to attack. I have no action here. Death Shadow. Beaten up on decks without white removal. What is good here? Flusterstorm looks like it's pretty good. Engineered Explosives is good. Soul Guide Lantern. Unfortunately, it only exiles opponent's graveyard. Like, bombing my own graveyard to play around Drown in the Lock seems like a good thing to do. Blood Moon seems like it would be tough for them to beat. Pester might, not great. Deceiver Exarch, I think I still might want a piece of. I'm trying so hard not to board out the combo, but it's definitely the right call to board it out, like 100%. Can I leave like 1 of each in and get away with it that way? I still need to cut 1 more card. Maybe I go 2 and 1. Give myself a chance. Deceiver Exarch actually probably would have won that last game. Being able to tempo out a giant Death Shadow is more interesting than maybe I originally gave it credit for. Yeah, maybe I cut the Kiki-Jiki but leave in the Exarchs. Can that be real? I think Counterspell might be a little clunky. Like, we're going to play to the board a lot in this matchup. If I have them locked out with Blood Moon, Kiki-Jiki becomes a plan. But do I want to lean into that? I think this is what I'm going to do. Sorry, Kiki-Jiki. But Deceiver Exarch is still part of the plan. Give me some credit. Okay, we got the Blood Moon. I'm going to keep this. And it's just generally pretty good also. I have the Channeler. I have a removal spell. Counterspell. Curve up into Blood Moon. I'd like to find another basic mountain before I jam Blood Moon. I just have to hope that it's good enough. Like, it's going to hurt them more than it hurts me. Here is my Channeler. And ship it. Okay, what do you got? Are there gut shots in this? And they do have to sort of decide between advancing their board or thought seizing me here. Blood Crypt can do either. Okay, just removing my creature, that's fair. Alright, I'm showing Counterspell now. Bobble. Bobble me. Really hope they cast a spell. I'll spell bomb, sure. Cast another spell. Okay, cool. They're still moving forward. Fetching before they see the Blood Moon. I like that. Yeah, I'm going to counterspell literally anything that comes out of this. Because I might not be able to cast Counterspell for a while, but I have this Lightning Bolt that I can cast on mountains. I'm going to Counterspell now while I can, even though I had a lower mana play. It also hides the information they got from Bobble. Alright, here's a Cryptic that's never getting cast this game. Let's hope this is actually good. If they just have Ragavan and start making treasures, maybe this doesn't do anything. Dragon's Rage Channeler can also punch with just mountains. And maybe this card isn't even worth having in. It does cut off all the blue cards in their deck. They can't fetch anymore, they can't shock anymore, so Death Shadow's currently dead. They're just dashing a Ragavan right away. Okay. Alright, the treasure... Yeah, maybe Blood Moon sucks. Maybe that's something that I would have known if I played more Modern. They found a Snapcaster Mage. Hopefully they don't have a land to cast it. Gobbled. They can at least use their treasure to draw a card with Nile Spellbomb if everything else fails. Alright, another mountain. Yeah, I'm not feeling great here. What I need is Deceiver Exarch. Just eat that Ragavan. Eat it for lunch. Okay, Rag's in play. Roast to this little monkey. Ugh, come on, deck. I have enough lands. At least give me islands if we're drawing lands. Basic swamp, shit. They're free. I hate when they just draw their basic land. Alright, yeah, they get Luris now. They can cast it off treasure with Ragavan next turn. I need to draw an answer to Luris immediately, and even that's a little too late. Okay, that is an answer to Luris. I'm going to leave Scalding Tarn in my hand in case they have Kolaghan's Command. Inquisition, are you shitting me? Alright, fine. Even cleared the answer to the Luris before they went for it, but that means they can't cast Luris this turn. Okay. Through the Lightning Bolt. They think they just played around that. They're still going to get Ragavan, though. Can you dash out of the graveyard? Luris says you can cast spells that cost 2 or less from your graveyard. Dash is you may cast the spell for its dash cost. Is that a thing? Kroxa, okay. We held back this land for reasons. Those reasons include Kroxa. They can bring Kroxa back next turn. Oh, this is bad. That's even worse than the Luris. This is deteriorating very quickly. Alright, give me something. I needed this like 3 turns ago, but I'm not upset about it now. Iteration in my hand. Canal to the bottom. Bobble in exile. Cast Bobble. Bobble you. They have a Bobble on top of their deck as well. Bolt. Oh, okay, they're just turning on Death Shadows in their hand. They're asking a lot of their black mana right now. And Engineered Explosives was a pretty good draw. Like, I thought they would just escape Kroxa and make me deal with a 6/6, which I basically can't do. Though I guess Unholy Heat, but they have Nile Spellbomb, so they can Undelirium me anytime. Okay, it looks like they are going for Kroxa. To which I will discard my Cryptic Command. That card is functionally discarded anyway. Get out of here. There's the Bobble we knew about. They don't know about Engineered Explosives. It doesn't matter, they don't need to know about it. It's just gonna happen. I think that I need to just play this safe and honest. Blue-red, do this now. I'm not gonna try to Expressive Iteration into a 3 of basic to stay ahead of this. I just should just blow it now, because they'll just go to combat and all of this will happen. They would need a second basic swamp, which it would surprise me if their deck even has. Channeler from their hand. That's a thing I can kill. I can also kill Death Shadow. Luris and 2 mystery cards remain in their hand right now. I'm going to go after the Channeler first. I'm going to Bobble them before I Iteration. I guess having more information to make iterating choices with versus maybe finding a Dragon's Rage Channeler of my own. Yeah, I might have blew that. I put Iteration in my hand. Put Unholy Heat on the bottom. Put Channeler in exile. Cast Channeler. Okay, yeah. I lost a Surveil on that exchange. Hope they can't lose 2 life in response to this. Shit, they have another bolt. Okay, no, that's fine. Alright, as long as you don't bolt yourself in response, we're still getting along just fine. Yeah, I'll keep this Unholy Heat. Oh no, I shouldn't have done that. Because they can bomb me, take me off. I know they're drawing Channeler. They can take me off Delirium, but they do have Delirium. So this doesn't actually kill the creature that it needs to kill. Okay, they're bombing me up front. That's interesting. Channeler's in. Bobble is happening. So now I have a chance to work up to this Unholy Heat now that they've cleared their spell bomb. I've actually seen more cards than them. They have 37 cards in their deck to my 36. It feels like I've just been behind this entire game, but not actually the case. Nice. Channeler. Let's shred through some cards here. That in the graveyard, I can't cast it anyway. Blood Moon on the bottom. Counterspell in hand. Yeah, guess I want Counterspell in hand. Blood Moon on the bottom. Bobble in exile. Bobble. Nails a land. The graveyard. And then I can Unholy Heat their creature. I have 3 card types. Oh no, this won't count itself until it's already... Yeah, I need an instant before I can Unholy Heat that thing. I get 1 YOLO trigger. Like my Unholy Heat will mill 1 card if it sees an instant. But I think I should just wait. Terminate my creature. Okay. That also gives me Delirium. That puts a creature in the graveyard. Ragavan. I'll kill Ragavan, make sure they can't pull ahead of the Blood Moon. And then I can Snap Heat next turn and clear the Channeler. And then their hand is Luris. They played this Death Shadow already, right? Or did I see that recently? I've honestly lost track. And Snapcaster. I'm going to Snap Heat now. While I know they can't really do anything about it. There we go. Heat it up. Leave that on top. That is exactly the type of card that's going to keep me in this game. Unholy Heat, your next play, if you can even make it. The Blood Moon has done its job. At first it looked really bad, but now that this Luris has been stuck in their hand their whole game, they've been choked on black mana throughout. It's actually showing up and doing its job. Got yourself a 2/2 there. Oh yeah, so I did just see that Death Shadow. Gonna catch it on fire. Back with my Snappy. Start getting this game over. Their hand is Luris that they can't cast. These chip shots with Snapcaster do make Death Shadow bigger. They've played 2 already. God, they're tapping black mana. I hope this is Thoughtseize. Fling to Dust. That's also pretty good. That lets them draw an extra card every turn. Because they do have the 4 mana to do it. Controls my graveyard. Makes the next Snapcaster Mage pretty bad. Okay, Basic Mountain. What a sad time. I'm going to hold on to the Scalding Tarn for Croxas and Kolagon commands. I have a Channeler. I still only have 1 blue. Wow, the Channeler gets the trigger off the Cling to Dust. This engine is nuts. Damn. Alright. We're doing pretty well. Keep it up on spells for a while there, but that's just not going to be the case for much longer. The opponent is basically the same deck as me, but also has Luris in it and has a 3rd color. I'm just not doing anything super busted. Really wish I left a Kiki-Jiki in the deck though. Like it's literally turn 15. Kiki-Jiki on Snapcaster Mage, let's go. They kept the card on top with their Surveil. That's terrifying. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Unholy Heat right now, but that doesn't even matter. Ooh, Deceiver Exarch right now. Should they be scared? Oh man, I wish I had the Kiki-Jiki. There's nothing to draw into here to steal this. Inquisition me, huh? Deceive you. Tap target permanent. Opponent controls. All good after the shadow. And the Channeler has to attack. I get to crack them down to 4. And if I draw a second Deceiver and then Lightning Bolt, I win. Is that how this works? Alright, gotta draw the other Deceiver right now. Cryptic, no! Yeah, that's not even remotely helpful. Guess I can attack them, put them to 5, jump with Deceiver, go to 2. I'm dead to Lightning Bolt, and they're not. Guess if they attack with both creatures and don't kill me, then they are dead to Lightning Bolt. That seems unlikely. Oh no, they have Cling. They can eat a creature and gain some life in response to Bolt. It just doesn't matter. I ended up getting locked out by my own Blood Moon there, but it did a lot against them too. But having Cryptic Command and Archmage Charm in a deck with Blood Moon is a lot to ask. Maybe I would have been better off just bringing in my Graveyard Hate and skipping the Blood Moons. Just turn off their Channelers, turn off their Luris, turn off their Cling, let them have their mana. And then I have my mana too. Maybe that's a better way to play this game. I don't know. There's probably a better plan here than the one that I executed. I'm on the draw with a pretty reactive one. I'm going to keep it. I only have the 4 Dragon Rage Channelers, and I've been pretty lucky to have starting hands with them so far. But this isn't a deck with like Ragavan and or Delver in it as well that I can really push for a 1-drop. I'm going to bobble them first so I know what I need to do with my Serum Vision. I want to know what deck they're playing. Oh, some sort of Nahiri deck. Okay. That's weird. Fever Exarch. Do I want you? Yeah, let's work towards that. Top. Put the fear in them. If they're over there farting around with stuff like Nahiri, like it's 2011, I'm also going to play like it's 2011. 4 drops in Counterspells economy? Presumably they're also a Counterspell deck. This has to be some sort of just like preposterous Jeskai concoction. Fetching in my end step. Hopefully just for a tap shock and they're not actually doing anything. Tap Triumph. Okay, it's probably an Omnath deck if they got all these colors. And a Bloodstained Mire. Ugh. That old frame just doesn't look good with all of these other new frame cards. That's very jarring to me. I know it doesn't matter. Oh, this is some sort of like polymorph deck or some shit. Okay, cool. I'm into it. I'm not gonna bolt that crab. Let me have my pride. I'm gonna Visions first. Geeks McJeeks. You don't say. We've got a plan. This island is not gonna help me because I need to get up to triple red. But I am keeping the Kiki right where he is. And I'm gonna bobble them. Very Time Raveler. Alright, that sucks. Gonna have to respond to that one. Hopefully they just shuffle it away. They do have 2 mana just sitting there to pop their clue with. They didn't want to take 2 life to pop their clue. That's good for me, I think. Okay, Bobble's in play. Kiki's in the hand. Okay, there's some Saheeli something or other. Like, destroy X target non-land permanents you control and flip cards off your deck till you hit that many creatures or some shit. It's gotta be what they're doing. I'm gonna bolt this dwarf token at the end of the turn. Pretty sure that card is a sorcery, whatever their payoff is. I just don't want to die to 1-point chunks along the way here. And if their spell is an instant, then what the hell, I'm dead. Yeah, we were looking for red sources and found one. I'm gonna bottom both of these. Only looking for red sources now. Kiki-Jiki, TikTok. Shocked and Esteem Vents. That's scary. They have like their big spell plus counterspell. Nahiri plus Mystical Dispute. I don't know, but I can't let Nahiri resolve. All right, more hard evidence. Kraben Inspector. On land. Okay. I'll take that land. If they do something I need to react to, I can snap Counterspell. If they don't, I can Deceiver Exarch. And another one of these. 3 cards left in their hand. For now. And I don't need to worry about this dwarf anymore. I'm going to Exarch in the end step. Untap my island. I'm going to Exarch again in the end step. Tap their Triumph. I don't think I go for Kiki-Jiki this turn, even if I can. I'm going to iterate, looking for the land drop. Found the land drop. Scalding Tarn in hand. Steam Vents on the bottom. Bobble in exile. So I'm holding up Cryptic or Snap Counterspell. Have a look at what you're drawing. Tracking a clue in response. Hiding their precious information. Oh, Emrakul's on top. There she is. So they're holding the Emrakul. I wonder if they have Through the Breach. Like, this was clearly an Emrakul deck based on everything else we've seen. It's just how many ways they have to get it into play. I might just keep hitting land drops until I can cast Kiki-Jiki with Counterspell backup. Okay, they clearly just have, like, Lightning Bolt to finish off my Deceiver, but I'm not letting them get in for one. It's a matter of pride. Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I just counted their lands like they might have Emrakul soon. Like, oh no. Are they close? Prismatic Ending. I think I'd like to Cryptic Command this, because Snapcaster Mage can do more for longer. They played a land yet this turn. I can counter target spell and bounce one of their lands. Counter target spell, return target permanent to its owner's hand. Could do that. Can be done. Don't necessarily think this is the correct play, but it is the one that's most likely to result in Kiki-Jiki doing stuff. So I'm going to go for it. Loaded red. And then what? I chose that land because it comes into play tapped and makes white. Red removal is not great against Deceiver Exarch. It will kill Kiki-Jiki, but it's not great against Exarch. Just cracking their clue. Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, they're going to need a Solitude or Subtlety to beat this. What year is it? Alright, I guess we're going to click through like it's 2010. Untap target permanent to control. Alright, just got to be careful with those clicks. Alright, looks like they're going to make me do it. I'll reconvene with all of you when we have enough to win. I now have enough Deceivers to kill them. I'm just going to make a few extra to make sure they're dead even through a Solitude. So I don't think that's required, because if they had Solitude, they would have broke up the combo. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay. That's enough. They're at 15, they have 2 blockers. Attack with all my creatures, including Keeks McJeeks. In we go. Kiki-Jiki got a W in 2021. They're a pretty awkward, chunky combo deck of some variety. Whatever their payoff is, it's going to be a red card. Whether it's Nahiri, the Saheeli thing, through the breach. Aethergust is going to get whatever their payoff is. I also think that Blood Moon's probably pretty good against their deck. They have Triomes, they have all those lands that make tokens. Those all look pretty good to me. I like Mystical Dispute. I could cast it for 3 even if their spell isn't blue, which has a lot of value. I think that I did what I was supposed to do with Deceiver and Kiki, and now if they load up to answer that, I'm on something different, which is not against the rules, because that's what Splinter Twin used to do too. It used to kill you with the combo in game 1, board out of the combo game 2, or go lighter on the combo and just totally mess you up with what is and isn't in the deck post-board, and you just have to respect all of it. My job is to keep Emrakul out of play. And I think my deck's also just pretty good at doing that. Is a Braid better than Unholy Heat because they have this artifact thing going on? Unholy Heat can hit Narset, or not Narset, Nahiri. Yeah, I'll flip it in that direction. I'll go with this. Do it. On the draw, I'm going to keep this hand. It's got a threat, it's got some selection. I don't have any real interaction yet, but I don't think I need it until like turn 3, turn 4, at least. Spirit Guide's not in this format anymore. That takes a lot of pressure off. I do have 2 basic lands locked up if I do find a Blood Moon. 2 is enough. I mean, obviously 3 is ideal, but 2 is enough to do counterspell stuff, or like Snap, Serum Vision. We take those. Lightning Bolt, well, 1 for 1. Got it. Okay, I am gonna fetch and then cast Serum Vision. I get another basic. I have the 3 now. Okay, I don't want either of these cards. Fetched first because you don't want to scry 2 and then fetch, because then you're shuffling away the good card you left on top and the bad card you sent to the bottom. They're both just in the middle of your deck instead of where you want them. Blood Moon's looking pretty good right now, though. Not gonna lie. The Braid's looking pretty bad right now. Not gonna lie either. This hand needs a Brainstorm. They're fetching something. Oh, is this Teferi? We did see that in their deck last game. That one, brutal. And maybe I'm just supposed to represent Counterspell and put the fear in them forever. Yeah, that resolves. Sucks. They should definitely plus this, and they did. Oh good, Flusterstorm. Just what I was looking for. I'm not sure how quick this deck can go off. Like, if they just play the make a dwarf land, and then I'm pretty sure the spell, I wish I remember what that card was called, like Saheeli's Inventions or whatever. I'm pretty sure it's red, red, red X, so they can flip Emrakul in right now, if they have it. And me with my sad Flusterstorm right over here. Indomitable Creativity. Alright, yeah, Saheeli is not involved, but here's this card. Emrakul's in play now. there anything I can do about that? Not on the amount of mana that I have. Okay, yeah, just die to Teferi. Sure. Unholy Heat's coming back in the deck. Yeah, fuck a Braid. It's out. If I have Unholy Heat there instead of a Braid, I get to roast Teferi, then I'm holding up the Flusterstorm. That was bad. Maybe I want Pestermites in the deck also as just ways to pressure and tempo my opponent. Blood Moon still seems really important. Counterspell's really important. Bobble's fine. Cryptic Man's fine. Bolt's fine. Yeah, maybe I just don't have room for Pestermites. I could cut a Mistress Bobble for one Pestermite. Maybe that's... I think it's fine. Let's do it. Sure. Counterspell, Aether Gust, and a threat. Keep it, keep it, keep it. I'm going to shock in Steam Vents now, because I'm going to shock it in next turn anyway. And if I play Spirebluff Canal this turn and shock in Steam Vents next turn, they're going to know I have Counterspell. But if I do it this way, then it's possible I drew the Spirebluff Canal on my second turn. Wooded Foothills. They can't get a Triome if they want to kill my thing. It looks like they're killing my thing. Lightning Bolt, sure. Ah! Had it the whole time. Another one. I think I have to go upstairs with a Lightning Bolt just to scry and keep hitting my land drops. It also puts at least one additional card type in the graveyard, maybe more. I actually want that, and it's perfect because being a fetch land puts land in my graveyard and also develops my land drops. Back for one. Okay, I'm ahead and doing the things that I want to do. It's clear they don't have an answer to Dragonroid Channeler. They've been slamming them pretty aggressively when they have them. There's the Triome. We haven't seen what the green mana's for yet, if it's for anything. I guess we saw a Prismatic Ending. And if you need a deck full of mountains anyway, then like it's pretty reasonable to do it that way. I'm not going to fetch. Drawing a land to have up Cryptic is good. Shock it in. I don't care what I'm telegraphing. I'm showing them both two 2-drops and one Cryptic. Either which is fine. If they have Teferi with Mystical Dispute backup into combo on the following turn, then I'm dead. I'm never beating that anyway. Ooh, maybe there was a line there that I should have bounced their Triome in response to their fetch, but that still loses to Mystical Dispute, which is the card I'm worried about. Arid Mesa is interesting. If they want a Mystical Dispute off of Arid Mesa, it's going to cost them 3 life. Okay, I'm going to go for the Cryptic. I think double spelling on the turn where they go for their combo is more important. Counter target spell, draw a card. Sounds like the right. Archmage's Charm. Ugh. If my thing resolves, I want this. Alright, I'm gonna put that in the graveyard. Because if Teferi resolves, that card is dead. If Teferi doesn't resolve, then I already have a counterspell. Alright, looks like they have the Dispute. Or Flusterstorm, yeah, samesies. I'm looking for a burn spell here. They're going to have to bounce Channeler. And then Teferi goes to 1. If I find one of my, 6 burn spells this turn, I can clear the Teferi. Burn spell. Okay, not too late. Here's this. Serum Visions. Okay. Stop. Pick it up. Alright, this is a little tricky because I don't have the mana to do everything that I want to do. I'm gonna bottom top this. That makes the... Alright, whatever. Just kill this. This on top. Okay. Let's hope that they respect Mystical Dispute or Flusterstorm at least a little bit, but I guess they can't because they're basically dead. I'm not bluffing anything, I just have to hope they don't have it. Lightning Bolt, okay. Not gonna fall for that. You can kill that. Alright, pretty sure their combo takes minimum 4 mana. Ugh. Teferi sucks. I sent that Unholy Heat to the bottom, figuring I have Teferi under control, but I clearly do not. Oh, I'm gonna Snapcaster Mage. I can Bolt Teferi, or I can try to draw cards and pull forward out of this. If I Bolt Teferi, it still doesn't die. I guess I can try to put lethal on them. Yeah, I think they'll die before their Teferi does. And if they have their combo, whatever. Dead. Feel double Teferi hand. Just gotta hope it can't also combo. And bouncing Snapcaster Mage is not where you want to be. I think someone who was planning for the worst better than I did would have kept the Unholy Strength Heat on top and then just had it for a backup Teferi just in case. And then they would, like, I could have done 6 to this Teferi and be holding up Counterspell for this turn. And instead, I just didn't do that. They fetch, they die to Bolt. And I can main phase Gust to tuck that Nahiri into their deck. I could also just draw Lightning Bolt and try to win. Been pretty good at drawing Lightning Bolt when it matters. Yeah. Back their face. If they spend 2 mana to react to this Snapcaster, they die. I can play around. So this can't get a basic. This plays around Flusterstorm. Yeah, I think I just bolt them. I'm not sure what they could have. It's like Force of Negation exactly. Like Dovin's Veto even. Like the Wooded Foothills is betraying them. That can't get a basic anything that matters. Alright, yeah, they're just dead. Ignore that Teferi. Go face with Snapcaster because you're going to draw Lightning Bolt. Ooh, alright. Final round's coming. Playing for 4-1. In the final round, playing for 4-1. Already locked a respectable, positive record. I'm going to have to mulligan this no-lander. Oh, come on. I'm going to have to mulligan this no-lander. I will keep this 2-lander. I don't need these Deceiver Exarchs. I'll see you guys later. I'm going to bobble them. See what I'm up against. Ranger of Eos entered the revealed card zones. Not even Ranger Cap, actual Ranger. Okay, I'm gonna fetch a basic for the reasons I described before. If you're gonna scry 2, you want those cards where you left them, not where in like random places. Okay, top. I actually do want land drops and I like Snapcaster Mage. Against any deck with Ranger of Eos, I'm eventually going to want some Lightning Bolts to go with that Snapcaster Mage, but one step at a time. That's a 3-mana play, and I need to get there first. Craven Inspector. Last round I played against Craven Inspector. Oh, this is clearly a popular card in Modern. This time, I think I want to Serum Visions first. Okay. Got away with that one. Bottom, top. And I'm going to play Steam Vents tapped right now while the getting's good. I have a Cryptic Command floating on top. Ooh, are they just white weenie? Is this Death and Taxes? If so, this is the deck that I won the Star City Invitational with, and I have a lot of respect for the choice. I can, or this is more likely Martyr proc if they have Ranger of Eos. That's not a card that's in Death and Taxes. I think I want to just keep my velocity moving forward here. Snapcaster Visions. I gotta make up this mulligan before I can do anything else. Extremely interested in finding Lightning Bolts. Okay, there's one and a Kiki-Jiki. Bottom the island, top the Unholy Heat. And we can set up a Kiki-Jiki Snapcaster situation. The honest Kiki-Jiki. Let's just hope I didn't tap out and do an unbeatable 3-drop. I'm about to be untapping into Cryptic and Counterspell, working my way up to Kiki. And we know about this Ranger. Alright, other Ranger. They got the whole Eos Captain Hood here. The whole Eos army. Getting Weathered Wayfarer. Interesting. Okay. Wow, Thraben Inspector didn't attack. This has to be some sort of deck that cares about its devotion. Or else, why would they not offer their 1-2 that already drew a card for my 2-1? They can silence me with Ranger Cap to make sure I don't counter their spell. But they could also respond to my fetch in response to their spell. So I should actually fetch now. And the reason for that is if they want to silence me this turn, they're going to have to do it in combat before they get to hit me for 3. I know that basic island doesn't cast Kiki-Jiki, but it does save me 2 damage on this board state. The chopper. All right, I'm going to counter draw that against this. To use my mana as well as I can. I put the 4th card type in the graveyard so I can roast the Ranger Cap. Alright, Kiki-Jiki is lined up over here. And Unholy Heat, Ranger Cap. right now during their turn. And then I have Counterspell going, or right now during my turn, then I have Counterspell going into theirs. I actually do want that basic land. Cool. And do I want to offer the trade for Weather Wayfarer? Yeah, copying Dragon's Rage Channeler is as good as copying anything else. So the Snapcaster Mage Machine Gun is pretty exciting. I do still want to start pushing for damage, and I just don't think they're going to block with that. I think the temptation is too high to start activating it and start searching up lands and shit. Yep, there's the activation. We got Ghost Quarter. I have a lot of basics in my deck. I don't really care about that. They can quarter their own flagstones and like search their deck for 2 planes, but that's the same as having those 2 lands in play, so why would they do that? Can they exile my graveyard? What's this trickery? Do I fall for it? Yeah, whatever. What is this? What's the play? I have Counterspell in my hand. Ghost Quarter that. Neither of these tutor up like Bojuka Bog or anything. Mistveil Plains would come into play tapped. Okay, it is Mistveil Plains, but it's tapped. Had the read on that one. Abiding Grace. This card's probably unbeatable. Getting of your end step. Return a creature mana value. Nope. No, 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 no. Get out. Yeah, I've played against that card in Limited, and that's a no from me, dog. I'm going to put this on top again, because I really just want to Kiki-Jiki right now while I can. What am I going to cast out of the graveyard, though? Do I want to Unholy Heat the Wayfinder, or do I want to Serum Visions? I think I want a Visions, so I should fetch a basic. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make another Snapcaster. Snapcaster, cast Serum Visions. This sees a card. Do need to mill another sorcery. Or, oh yeah, I just blew it on that. Counterspell might be coming a little too late. Yeah, if I just attack first, then I'm guaranteed the extra damage. I just missed 2 damage. Counterspell, are you too late? Or are you right on time? I'm gonna top, actually. Actually, I just want all these things. And attack for 5. Could have been 7. Don't tell anyone. Okay, let's see if they can beat Kiki-Jiki. The Mistveil Plains is actually pretty good, but they need 2 or more white permanents to activate it. That does clip my Snapcaster copy. It also can control Dragon Rage Channeler. Okay, they played Winds of Abandon on Kiki-Jiki. That also shuffled up the cards that are in my graveyard already. It takes them off of Ranger for the turn as well. I like that. They can tutor up Bojuka Bog now, if that's a card that they have. That was fun for the turn it existed. Another Flagstones is the choice. They have 6 cards in their hand. Gee. This might be tough to get over the finish line. Seaver, okay. So I gotta find the other Kiki. Aggressive Iteration. Unholy Heat, do I want that? I don't think that I do. And I can hit the Inspector with it and get in for 2, but does that even care? No, I'm gonna put that in the graveyard. I'm looking for counter spells. I really don't want to have to deal with this Ranger Cap. Alright, I'll put Lightning Bolt in my hand, Unholy Heat on the bottom, Dragon's Rage Channeler in exile, summon the other Channeler, and oh, I can tap Thraben Inspector and crush for 5. Does that help? Yeah, I think that's actually a big deal. 5, 8. Yeah, that makes them dead to Lightning Bolt next turn. Tap target permanent and opponent controls. How about Thraben Inspector? Get in for an extra 2 damage thanks to that. This has to be a Martyr of Sands deck, which is going to be really hard to punch through. But they have to recur it somehow before it's a giant problem. I don't know the top of my deck. I was just thinking there's a counterspell on top of my deck, but the Winds of Abandon shuffled that away, so I don't know anything about the top of my deck right now. Activating Wayfinder. What way are we going to find? Ghost Quarter, okay. That's actually pretty good. I don't have another basic in my deck. But if they activate Ghost Quarter, I guess if they hit their own Flagstones, they can do the get 2 planes trick again. Does that matter? What's even happening? Passing the turn? What's going on over there? Wait, did I know that was there? Did I see that? Or was that just luck? Alright, well, they're looking pretty dead to me. I have Counterspell. There are 4 card types in my graveyard. If they misspell Plains one of them away, my channelers will shrink temporarily, but I can bolt their face to get another YOLO swing at Delirium. Okay, they are quartering their own flagstones mid-combat. They get the basic Plains and another Misveil Plains. Okay. Archangel Avacyn. Nah. Not doing that. Imagine casting Archangel Avacyn in a format where Counterspell is legal. Graveyard. Graveyard. Okay. I think they're dead. I guess they could have Solitude. That might be a card that exists in their deck. Put you to 1. Or they do have Solitude. Okay, that makes sense. There is some more. They got more. Okay, so they're not at 1 anymore. Maybe I should have kept that Snapcaster Mage. I just thought the game was over. I was ready to party. Whoops. And I'm not going to bolt them now. Bummer. Solitude. Blowout. I'd feel a lot better with Snapcaster Mage on top of my deck. Whoops. Ranger Cap resolves. They're going to get... Is it 2 Martyrs? Martyr of Sands and Kami of False Hope. Okay, do they have a land drop to go with this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They can still Wayfarer. If they play Kami, I can bolt it in the end step. Alright, now they have both. It just doesn't matter. Damn. Should have had the Snapcaster Mage. So they're going to want to Martyr now before they play their Kami. And then play Kami. Martyr revealing... Okay, just 2 cards. They revealed Kami and Sarah Ascendant. There's the Kami. I could definitely get hard locked out by this deck. It could happen. I'm going to bolt Kami in the end step for the card selection. I'm looking for a Kiki-Jiki, basically. There is a 1 card in the deck that can win the game on the spot. Graveyard that. Kiki-Jiki off the top. That wasn't it. Let's get back to work here. They have 2 cards in their hand, and one of them isn't white, and the other doesn't matter. So we're back to just playing Fair Magic for a little while here. If they find one of their loopers, like whatever that card is, I'm in trouble. What is that called? Abiding Grace? I'm still... I can punch through for one more turn through an Abiding Grace. Really should have considered Solitude before I threw that Snapcaster Mage in my graveyard last turn, though. That was not good. Field of Ruin, that is good. I'm out of lands I can search for. Jesus, Squadron Hawk off the top. Are you shitting me? Alright, I can't beat that. Not in game 1. I guess I'm just going to have to burn them out. There's 2 Lightning Bolts left in my deck and 1 Snapcaster Mage. Or 2 Snapcasters. Yeah, 2 Lightning Bolts, 2 Snapcasters left in the deck. Gotta burn them out. Ugh. I guess I win if I draw Cryptic Command right now, or a Snapcaster Mage. There's a Cryptic in the deck, and 2 more Snaps. Unholy Heat's actually really good. Because I get to attack. We'll see if they want to just chump and take their time, or triple block. And try to shut me down. Alright, they're not interested in triple blocking, because they have the Misveil Plains loop. They can just put this Squadron Hawk back on the bottom of their deck and tutor it back up every turn. Yep, gotta burn them out, and hope they don't find another Martyr. I could also just find Kiki-Jiki at any point. That also plays. But if they ever use this Field of Ruin, I won't have triple red anymore. Shit, they heard me. Alright, I'll float red. Now Ghost Quarter and Field of Ruin are both just strip mine. And they know it. They have enough planes that they can play Emeria, the Sky Ruin or whatever. Actual Emeria. They just play in Squadron Hawk to the bottom, which lets them tutor it up with the other one that they didn't play last turn. Come on, Cryptic Command. First Snapcaster. Both do the job. Oh, interesting. They're getting rowdy. That's a bold attack. Yeah, that creature doesn't have flying yet. Okay, I'm going to heat the flying blocker in the end step. Get my 3 damage in. Now Lightning Bolt is lethal. Kiki-Jiki. Oh no, they just killed my 3rd red source. Do I mill this and try to find a Snapcaster, or do I just play to a red source? I think I have to keep this on top. Yeah, that's just, it's too good. I'm keeping it. The play is too real there. And for 3, put you to 4. They can't Wayfarer anymore because I don't have enough lands. So, ha! Played perfectly around your card by not having lands. That was a well-timed Field of Ruin, though. I found my one-outer that wins the game on the spot. That's not even true. It's not a one-outer. I had Lightning Bolt, Snapcaster Mage, and Cryptic Command as well. It was a bunch of outers. Those were actually all more lethal than this thing is. You want to attack again? Should probably just attack with 1 this time. Okay. Really pushing for damage, huh? I'm gonna block 3 power creature. I'm at 9. I think I have to bolt in the end step. Just something. Anything. To get the Surveil, try to find... I think I bolt face. That gives me Surveils to find another bolt, the Cryptic Command, any red source. Okay, the Squadron Hawks are all just in play now. They're done looping. They're trying to get the game over. 1 card left in their hand. I'm going to bolt their face. That gives me the most looks, or the most outs. Serum Visions. Does that do anything for me? No. If this were Preordain, I would keep it, but Serum Visions... If I bin Serum Visions, I draw the next card down wild. If I keep Serum Visions, I draw it. Oh no, I do see 1 extra card if I Serum Visions. Yeah, okay. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, alright. Put that on the top. That is 1 extra card. Okay. Come on, deck. Red Source or Lightning Bolt or Cryptic Command. Expressive Iteration, no. I guess that's a lot of looks at Lightning Bolt. Or Snapcaster Mage. I guess I'll keep it. On top. Draw it. Hey! I found all of the cards I wanted. Okay. Top. Top. Okay. Expressive Iteration. Let's do it. I'm not gonna mill. Nope, put it on top. Expressive Iteration. Put Cryptic Command in my hand. Customize on the bottom and exile Lightning Bolt. And please just die. Mill this bauble. Wow, that was stressful. I thought I messed it up on the Solitude turn. And maybe I did, but they just weren't able to get their engine online, and without their engine, they're just a white deck full of shitty creatures. Blood-Guide Lantern and Engineered Explosives both play here. Kozilek's Return is good. Do I want Blood Moon? They do play Mistveil Plains. Emirio's probably in this deck. They have the Ghost Quarters, the Flagstones. Probably. I'm also really interested in the Kiki-Jiki combo for this matchup. What do I cut? Unholy Heat is medium, because all their creatures are so replaceable and largely irrelevant. And I'm bringing in different creature removal anyway. So if I bring in these, I think Kozilek's Return is just required. I don't think I'm going to go with the Blood Moon, just because I don't think there are enough things to cut for it. The rest of the spells in my deck are all just good. What is the last spell? I think it's a Pestermite. Though, against a white deck, it doesn't matter. Deceiver Exarch. Yeah, Pestermite clocks better if as just a regular creature, as a 2-1. Normally, Deceiver Exarch is better because 1-4 dodges Lightning Bolt. But my opponent's removal is going to be exile-based, so I don't need to worry about that. And let's queue back up. This hand has some selection and removal. I think I can do better. Can I do better? Or is this fine? I'm going to keep it. It's not exactly guns blazing, but it doesn't need to be in this matchup. I need to keep their engine from getting online, and I'll eventually win. I'm going to Scalding Tarn and Bauble myself for a build your own scry. Dragon Rage Channeler on top of the deck. That's one I can keep. If I didn't like that card, I would have fetched to get rid of it. Kami of False Hope. Alright, that's a lot worse on turn 2 than it is on, like, the clutch turn 6 and 7, etc. Supposed to fetch Steam Vents in the end step there. Just clicked right through it. No worries. I'll just do it now and hurt myself. Dragon Rage Channeler, Serum Visions, get the bonus right away. Counterspell is a good one. I'll take it. Bobble doesn't. Oh, well, if I have Channeler, it's good, but nah. And I'll keep the Pestermite. Bottom top. Half my combo's set up here. Sanctifier, Envec, that's fine. I brought in all my answers to that. Back for one, I'm definitely not going to block. Then Pestermite is here. I'm just going to pass the turn. I'm holding up Counterspell, which can hold up Cryptic Command, and I get a Surveil off each one. Just on a hunt for Kiki-Jiki right now. In for 3, here they are. Pestermite can trade off with Sanctifier if I need it to. Squadron Hawk. Is this something I want to play through? No, this one is going to get countered. Just hope they don't have another one, I guess. Into the graveyard. I don't need another one of those. I already have one. Which is probably too many, if we're being honest. Get in the chopper. That looks like a good target for Lightning Bolt in my book. In for 3. Bop ya. Okay, the chopper is awake. Before combat, I think I want to Cryptic, or I want to Pestermite the chopper rather than bolt it. This will also dissuade the Sanctifier attack. Tap this card. Because if I'm gonna Miracle Kiki-Jiki off the top of the deck, I need to bolt this Kami in the end step. Okay, they recognize this is a combo piece and they're just turning sideways hoping I trade with it. Raven Inspector, don't care. I'm gonna bolt Kami and just find Kiki-Jiki on the top. Watch it happen. No combat damage this turn. I'll keep this on top. I'm still looking, but at least Kami's gone. Maybe I should have bolted Kami during combat, but then they wouldn't have sacked it. They sacked it in the end step like that because it was free to do. They're really glad this isn't Kiki-Jiki. Graveyard. Draw. Serum Vision, Snapcaster. What does this do for me? Snapcaster is pretty great. I can snap Counterspell next turn. Yeah, I'm going to top these. And I'm going to shock in Steam Vents. Then attack for 5. Just going to try to tempo them out. Like, being at 9 kind of sucks, but it also kind of doesn't matter. So I put them to 12. They put me to 6. I put them to 7. They put me to 3. I put them to 2, and I bolt them. I'm winning this race right now. And my race is backed up by Cryptic and Snap Counterspell or Snap Bolt. Or I guess I can't Snap Bolt because they have Sanctifier, but Snap Cryptic is live. I think I'm going to tap draw. So, no, maybe I just bolt the chopper. But that taps me out of Cryptic for the turn. Does that matter? I could tap draw. I know my top card is Snapcaster Mage, so the Surveil doesn't really matter. It would really suck if I tap draw and they cast their Abiding Hands or whatever it's called. I am going to tap draw. I'm going to hope they don't have that card and try to race them. Even if they do have that card, Kiki-Jiki is still a win. Tap draw. Ranger Cap, okay. That's a strong one. That gets Martyr. Yeah, you don't run your Martyr out here, I'll just kill it. Serum Visions. It's a powerful card. Looking for that Kiki-Jiki. Land into the graveyard. Deceiver Exarch, hell yeah. I don't want Counterspell anymore. I will put Serum Visions on the top. That is doing a lot of selection for me. Firebluff Canal, regrettably tapped. In for 5. I can Deceiver Exarch their Smuggler's Copter and block one of their other creatures next turn. I'm just going to have to work through this Martyr, I guess. The cheese them out plan isn't working. Just settle into the grindy combo plan. Chopper's awake again. To combat, and then Pestermite it. Tap the Chopper. They can still attack for 2, but that leaves their whole board tapped. I can bolt the Ranger Cap. They have Martyr. Bolting them out is not going to happen anymore. Yeah, let me just roast this Ranger Cap right now and block the other thing. Knew that was there. Keep it there. Kill that. Block. No damage. And I can snap Cryptic next turn I imagine this is the martyr turn. There it is. Gonna have to pay really close attention to my clock also here. Channeler. Land in the graveyard. Draw the card. Bottom, top, hell yeah, expressive iteration. Unfortunately, if I snap Cryptic, I lose my expressive iteration, but I think if I snap Cryptic, it's going to be worth it. I can snap Counterspell without losing iteration. And we're about to get a lot of information from their Martyr. You know what I gotta work around. Even Mind Sensor, okay. Even Mind Sensor, Path to Exile, Winds of Abandon. Okay, I'm not comboing them out. Guaranteed. Here's this. Now, if they end step anything, I can fetch in response. Like, now they're going to be motivated to sit on this Mind Sensor for a little while. It is awkward that they can jam Mind Sensor and then, like, path. But maybe I don't even care about that. I think I'm going to have to let them loot. Oh, okay. No, I don't. Yeah, they just tapped out of their stuff. Or tapped out of their Mind Sensor. So I can snap Cryptic to bounce Chopper and draw. I don't think I care about Skyclave Apparition. Or I could counter draw. I could counter bounce. Cryptic Command. What modes is this going to do? Counter bounce seems actually pretty reasonable. Counter target spell. Bounce Chopper. Do I care about Chopper? No, I think I just want to counter draw. Counter target spell, draw a card. Blue, colorless, blue. If they can attack with Chopper, I'll crack back. The selection and the extra cards, I think, are going to win me this game more than being too clever. Lightning Bolt. Yeah, that's the kind of card I'm looking for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's the Chopper. Starting the Mind Sensor. Yep. Late for that one. I go to 5. Chopper's been in play the whole game. Finally got an attack in. And there is one basic land left in my deck to go with these winds and paths. Last zone. That lets them winds and hold up path. If that's what they want to do. They should probably get rid of this channeler. Like, for real. That's the thing they're dying to. Whether they realize it or not. But they have the fear of Kiki-Jiki. Great. Expressive Iteration. That is the card that they just shuffled away, but I got it back. That's lucky. Let's iterate expressively. Team Vents into the graveyard. I'm almost out of lands in my deck, almost certainly. So, Archmage Charm in my hand. Guide Lantern on the bottom. Dragon Rage Channeler in exile. Then I go to combat. Just going to attack with everything. Getting 2 damage in with Snapcaster is good if they block Deceiver. Trading off with Sanctifier is good if they block Snapcaster. This is just good in both directions. And I can Lightning Bolt their Chopper, so I'm not dead on board. Yeah, take the trade with Snappy. That makes me so happy. Get rid of that card. Expressive Iteration is cheating. My god. There's the Path to Exile. Do I want to fight over that? And I think the answer is no. I have a replacement at the ready. There is a Mountain still in my deck. Trade off there. Cast my backup. And I'm still able to bolt and Archmage's Charm from my hand. And they have Blast Zone anyway, so the spewing path on that seems kind of crazy. Like, just go to 5. What's the difference? I'm gonna kill this thing. Get my Scry on. They can overload Winds of Abandon. But I have the counterspell. I think they can. That costs 6, right? Yeah. Yeah, they can overload Winds of Abandon. And then they take 6 on the backswing. Counter target spell. I'm looking for a lightning bolt here. Okay, here we are. Kiki-Jiki off the top for good measure. Okay, found lightning bolt. That'll do. In for 6, and then I have snap bolt for the final point. Good thing they got rid of their Sanctifier all those turns ago. Last turn, whenever that was. Snap bolt ya. Couldn't surgical even if you have it. Scry 1 for the road. And that's a tasty little 4-1 with Kiki-Jiki Delver. 4-1, folks. Respectable finish. That felt really good. I think I kind of hinted at this in the deck tech at the beginning. that I think this is less about Kiki-Jiki being a good combo still in 2021 and more about the Dragon Rage Channeler Expressive Iteration shell just being nutso busto to the point that you can just like play 7 weirdo cards and get away with it. And I think that's okay. Like I think that's okay to have like a core shell that enables people to have fun on the fringes. If you really want to beat Dragon's Rage Channeler, you can, and you could just like play Rest in Peace, play Chalice of the Void. Like there's things you can do. You can go harder than this. Like I imagine the Rhino Cascade deck's a tough matchup. Like you can beat the Dragon Rage Channeler deck if you want, but this was a lot of fun. This was a fun way to do it. We had Kiki-Jiki in play twice in the course of 5 matches, one of which was the full combo, and one of which copied a Snapcaster Mage, which got to snap back a spell, and we got to live that dream, the Cuber's dream there. And this was just a fun league, busted shell, goofy stuff on the edges. We had a good time with it. And if you are the type of person who values some amount of fun or feeling like you're doing something unique on top of winning your matches, and I know there's a lot of people like that, and you know, power to you. If you are that type of person, I think this is a totally cool thing you can be doing. If you just love Kiki-Jiki and want to make it work, jamming it into this shell is probably your best bet. This felt really good, totally fine. When Kiki-Jiki's bad and you really need a match win, you can just board it out and bring in Abrades and stuff, like we saw me do a couple times. And that's how I feel about that. This was a lot of fun. Dragon's Rage Channeler is completely jacked up. So is Mishra's Bauble, and so is Expressive Iteration. These 3 cards, completely bonkers, especially when they're together. Good enough to support Kiki-Jiki in 2021. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, Carter, for asking me to play this. Make sure to like and subscribe the channel, comment on the video. If you want to go farther with your support, I have Patreon, I have YouTube membership, I have merch. All of those links are in the video description below. Go check them out, and I'll see you all for the next video.